Well, as is so often the case in the Jurassic community, we got a pretty big piece of news this morning from a very daft source. The news that there is a third Jurassic Park all-world game currently in development and still yet to be announced. We've got Jurassic Park Survivor on the way, and yes, I promise you it is still coming out. And of course we have the not quite yet officially announced but definitely happening Jurassic World Evolution 3, but now we've got a third game. This right here is the profile of John Melchior at LinkedIn. He's a software executive and executive producer for NBC Universal, and his main role appears to be the writing, production, and overall general direction of the games arm of Universal. And that of course includes Jurassic. If we scroll down to his current role experience at Universal, that's where the really juicy stuff is. I hate that word. As you can see, he's listed that he runs and manages the Jurassic Park / World game franchises, including Jurassic World Evolution 2 and its DLC, Jurassic World Evolution 3, which hasn't, as I say, been announced yet, but surely will be very soon, Jurassic Park Survival, and TBA. And folks, TBA, to be announced, is exciting stuff, because what the hell is TBA? And what it is basically confirmation that there is yet another new game being developed for the Park and World universes. One that has yet to be publicly announced, or as far as I can tell, even slightly hinted at. But there are reasons already to be a little optimistic about this, because I bet for a lot of you, when you first heard this news just a moment ago, you immediately thought to yourself, well, I bet it's another Ludia mobile game cash fest kind of thing. Nope. As you can see, if we move back up through John's experience, he has a section dedicated in his profile to mobile games, including those big Jurassic World Ludia titles, Jurassic World Live and Jurassic World the Game. It's interesting to note there's no TBA here, which might suggest we're not getting a new mobile game for Rebirth, but maybe he's just not involved in it. Either way, it tells us that this TBA Jurassic game is at the very least a console / PC title. It is a full-blown video game. Now, I've got no idea what that game is going to be, but we can take some stabs in the dark. It's probably not a park builder, given Jurassic World Evolution has that angle sort of covered already, and likewise it's probably not a first-person action adventure because Jurassic Park Survival is doing that already. It's unfortunately probably not a remake of my beloved Jurassic Park Warpath, and likewise probably not a remake of my beloved Jurassic Park Trespasser. It feels likely to me that it's going to tie in with Jurassic World Rebirth a little more directly as well, since Survival isn't going to do that, and it's probably a little tricky for Evolution 3 to do so because Rebirth doesn't take place in a park, you know? So what genre of game would make sense for the island hopping, ruin exploring, dinosaur running away from shenanigans of Jurassic World Rebirth? Well, you know, there's a long running franchise that's been doing exactly that for decades, including the dinosaurs. The Tomb Raider, Lara Croft herself, she was doing this all the way back when I was just a kid. Trust me, I snapped her neck many times with an ill-judged swan dive. And that sort of third-person, semi-open exploration seems like a really good fit for the franchise. Now, I imagine it would have more in common with these modern Tomb Raider iterations, but despite being a little less open, there's still a great thematic and gameplay fit for the franchise. I'm also not the first person to think this, because this is Jurassic Park Survival, a cancelled Jurassic Park game from 2001, planned to be released in the wake of Jurassic Park 3, and is a run around, climb trees, escape from dinosaurs sort of shebang. Feels a little weird, we've actually never had another game since like this. There's been a couple of cancelled Jurassic Park games in the couple of decades since. Now, of course, there are a ton of other possibilities. It could be another VR game like Aftermath, it could be a full-on FPS game like Turok, it could be a straight-up survival horror like that Dinosaur Alien Isolation we've been asking for a decade, or a new take on a Dino Crisis sort of formula, or it could be Animal Crossing meets Jurassic, and it's only listed as TBA because Nintendo is actually clamping down on game announcements a little bit before they've kind of had time to hype up the Switch 2 a little bit more. Either way, it's something, and given that we were starved of new Jurassic games for such an incredibly long time, I will definitely take what I can get. What would you hope for though? Personally, yourself, in your heart of hearts, what would you hope for from a new Jurassic game? What genre would you want to see the franchise tackle if we were going to get a third game? Give me your wildest hopes and dreams. And then throw me a like if you enjoyed the video. Be sure to subscribe for the latest news about whatever the hell this game is, and whatever's happening next in the world of Jurassic and paleo media in general. Thank you so much for joining me. Cheers, much love as always. Bye bye.